My name is Fletcher Stuckey. I'm a senior sales operations and enablement analyst. It's kind of a mouthful at SS&C Advent, and we make financial technology used by asset managers, hedge funds, wealth managers, folks like that. Life before Highspot was interesting. We were using a platform called Savo, which I think actually was acquired by Seismic. And it was a little bit out of date, and the content within was very out of date. And there was a library of content, but it was very hard to understand where that content was being used, what the content effectiveness was, what the engagement on that content was. Life after Highspot has been great. I think the sellers on our team really enjoy using Highspot. Those folks who are responsible for making the content can actually understand, hey, this product brief was used in this deal, in this engagement. It was actually viewed by these decision makers, things like that. Makes it a lot easier for them to prioritize which content they might need to update or which gaps there might be in the content universe. And for our sellers as well, they really enjoy being able to send pitches out via Highspot, get notifications back when folks are viewing their content. A lot of sellers are actually now using pitch styles to create microsites for their buyers who will visit the same link over the course of the engagement. The seller might even upload additional content into the microsite over time. So as the buyer moves later into the sales process, the seller might be adding additional pieces of content like an executive summary or the pricing proposal. Especially someone who used to be in sales, I can certainly understand the value in knowing if someone's actually looking at your pricing terms and things like that. So I think from both the seller's perspective and from those folks who actually produce the content, there's a lot more intelligence, a lot more actionable insight, and life has been a lot better. There's so many different ways to answer that question when it comes to the value of Highspot in terms of enablement. I think we do use training and coaching in our organization, and just even for onboarding, not having to hold the same sessions over and over again is really great from somebody who is a trainer and a coach myself, but then also being able to understand with pinpoint precision where somebody is in that onboarding or enablement experience, either or. We are trying to roll out training and coaching to a broader subset of users in the organization, but we do imagine that when it comes to even activities like using our quoting tool in Salesforce, we're going to have courses and really easy turnkey ways for people to find enablement content on these things. And then generally speaking, we do use Highspot to house all of our sales process documentation. So we have GIFs, videos, things like that people can very easily find, PDF guides. I'll even be sometimes sharing these things from Highspot with individual people after trainings, things like that. So. One of the things I oftentimes say especially to our sellers, is that sending along a product brief or a video as an email attachment is a dead form of communication. There's really no reason why sellers shouldn't be able to get more intelligence on what they're sending their clients and prospects. And even more than that, from an image perspective, being able to pitch and create microsites for clients and prospects that are even customized down to the logo, the language that's included on the header, really helps to separate us from our competition, really helps to add that personal touch. And I think a lot of sellers do care about image at the end of the day. If I was talking to somebody who's more of a content creator, I might talk more about being able to just get heightened levels of intelligence around the content that I'm creating, being able to actually understand the effectiveness of the content that I'm hoping my sellers were using. And thinking about the pre-Highspot world versus the post-Highspot world, somebody who used to create content would kind of just put it out there, hope that their sellers would use it. Maybe they'd receive informal feedback here and there from a seller that this product brief was working, this product brief was not. But now you have the ability to really dive X-ray into that type of intelligence and understand exactly what's working, where, and it really gives you that whole next level of insight. When it comes to Highspot wins, there's a lot out there that I could potentially think of. I think it's cool to be able to pick to the biggest deals that we've closed in the past year and say, hey, a rep created a Highspot pitch microsite using Highspot for this deal, and here's the exact content that they used. Here's the people at the firm who were looking at this product brief, and here's why solutions marketing, you should continue to invest in creating similar types of content. I think there's also, generally wins from user adoption and engagement perspective. I think that when I have people informally tell me I love using Highspot, it really makes my job easier. Things like that, that obviously, gives me the warm and fuzzy feeling at the end of the day. But yeah, I think also, generally speaking, we're now able to point to Highspot and say, okay, well, we have, almost 60% of our pipeline has Highspot usage of some sort that we can track. It actually might even be an understated number. So that dollar amount and that percentage of our pipeline keeps growing year after year. So I do envision a future where every single deal in our pipeline has some sort of Highspot usage, and we do see that as a win as well. It's really contributing to the bottom line.